morning, FlossTube. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Daphne, and today is the 31st of December of the year 2024. So, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope everybody had a great 2024, and I hope everybody has a great 2025. Today we are here to do my Wip Parade, and show you some of the finishes that I have finished this year. I'm not sure if the first few are ones I definitely finished in 24, but there are 3 that I know I definitely finished in 24, and there are 2 that I'll have to insert pictures of. This one was the graduation picture. Well, not the picture of graduation. The picture for their high school graduation. Anime character that they like. And then the next one is here, and this was for a birthday. So those I do not have in my possession at all. So the first one up is Under the Sea. This was Frosted Pumpkin 2023 stitch along, I believe. 22 or 23 stitch along. And I finished it this year. I know I did that. What I had to finish this year was down, I think, like a little bit of this coral and then down under here was all that I had to finish this year. So this one is done. I just need to figure out what I want to do with it. So this was 28 count, I believe, over 2. And then another one that I finished is this one here. We'll put it on this side. This is the Chronicles of Narnia. This was a stitch along with Stitching Book Club. This one is unfortunately unavailable. You cannot get this pattern any longer. She only had a limited availability because she got permission from the C.L. Lewis Foundation, I believe, to do the pattern. And I finished the last section this year. I know that. And then, not sure if I finished this one this year or if it was last year, but I grabbed it out. So it's Happy Easter Daily Cross Stitch. When they were doing free patterns every day, they are no longer doing frees. You have to pay, which is fine. And then this one is a start and a finish in December of 2024. This is the Stitchmas Stitch Along from Creatively Crafting. This is 40 count, 1 strand over 2. And this is Fabric of the Month for November of 24 from Millennial Fabrics. So it's not available right now, and I'm not sure if it will be available in 25. But I still have this whole have to do something that I want with. So there's this one here, needs to be ironed and thinly finished. And then, how am I going to do this one? We'll do this. I just got to cover up information here. This is part of the birth sampler. The information is up here and information down here I just don't want to show. So this is gotta finish this and get it sent out. So there's one. This is a Fortnite fabrics that you can't get anymore either because they are no longer dyeing fabric. And then this is another one that is another birth sampler, and information is down below, so I don't want to show it. but it's just more of this border down below with the information in it. And dream big, little one. And this is a Fortnite fabric as well. And then this piece here, which will be getting finished after the new year. This is the 2024 Haid Sal. This is the Astrology Cat. This fabric is still pretty stiff even though it's been washed. 28 count 1/1 full cross. And I will be starting the 2025 sal tomorrow. Just because I had other goals that I wanted to finish before I started that one. So there are the finishes for 24. And I've got quite the pile over here of whips to show you. So the first one, and this is just going to be no particular order, it's just however I pick them off the pile. This is Silver Creek Samplers. This was one of the kits, fully kitted from the nice list for the Black Needle Society, the Advent box that we opened together at the beginning of the month. So this was the naughty list, and it's on coneflower 18 count, 2/1 full cross, and this is just as far as I have gotten. And this needle was part of the box as well, and the needle was as well. So this is as far as I've gotten on this one. And this is the one that I'm going to change the dog. It's black and brown and white to white and black. To meet little Missy, who's on the back of the couch watching me at the moment. So I'm going to be putting them back in the bag so that I don't get them lost with each other or mixed up or anything like that. So that can go in this box here. Alright, and this one I'm probably going to be taking out of the frame so I can use this frame. This is Praiseworthy Stitches Simple Gifts Halloween. This was one of the floss tubers that I follow. She was doing this as a 12-piece project where you divided it into 12 and you worked on each section each month, and you would have finished it by the end of this year. That didn't happen for me, which is fine. That's fine. This is a fabric that I dyed myself. 28 count, so I'm doing it 1/1, and this is where I got to. I'm probably just going to take it out of the frame and pack it away. So let's do that now, so that I can have this frame available for other things if I want to take it down and make it a 8x11, which is probably what I'll do. So I like using the 8x11 frames. So here is the whole fabric in its entirety. So it will come back out when it's spun on the wheel. Let's put that in here. I don't have a set bag for it. I'll just stick it in this bag, which is fine. We can stick that in there. And next up on the list, this is... Let's see what this one is. Oh, come on. Oh, alright. Hopefully we can get this all in. This is Harvest Haid. By Heaven and Earth Designs. Not Harvest Haid, Harvest Cornucopia. And this This, okay, come on. There we go. That's what it will look like when it is complete. You know what? I'm just going to put pictures in of them when they're complete. I'm sure you guys have seen them, but for anyone that's new, this is on 28 count, easy count, Lugana, and I started on the bottom right corner. So let me just fold this up so you can see where it worked a little bit easier. One more fold. Okay. There we go. This is where we got to. This was a new start this year, I believe. Where did I put my notebook? Okay. I had a little notebook. I don't know what I did with my notebook. It had my percentages and stuff. I just had it not that long ago. Oh, I know where it is. It's up here. Let's see. Harvest Aid. This Harvest Cornucopia. This was my new start. New year, new start for 24. So we have done, since January 1st, we have done 6,147 stitches, and it is at 1.52%. And this empty spaces here are colors that I don't have yet. So that's Harvest Cornucopia. In that box. And up next in this one here, this is Deer Creek. Some of them you can't see a before picture if it is a new start. We will throw that one over there for now. And then in this one here, this is Christmas Village, which you'll see a picture here of. This was a new start for Christmas. Started it on Christmas Day, I believe. And this is just a 28 count. Not going to be a very large piece at all. This is a Haid, and it is retired. It was a freebie on the Facebook group, I believe, for a little while, and I did a top right start. This is where I had most of the colors. And this one is 1,775 stitches for a total percentage of 0.73%. And those holes are colors I did not have, but I now have. So the next time I pull this, it gets called or I pull it out, I will work on filling in. Because I'm working going from the right all the way to the left. So this is Christmas Village. This one I will just put over here. It's not that easy to get in the bag. And then in this bag here, New Year, New Start bag, is a couple projects actually, or just one now. This is Joyous Noel. I don't think I'm going to be able to put in a picture, but it is Susan Aki, and they use Arfil floss, but I am choosing to do the Sulky Petites. So far I have this pack here, which is just the Christmas colors, and I restarted it. It was on a different fabric. I didn't like it. I was doing it over 1 on 28, and it was just too tight with the floss. So I switched it to 28 count lamb's wool, Jobel, and even weave, and I'm doing it over 1. I'm over 2, sorry, with 1 strand. And this is where the this is where the restart got me. When I restarted it, I had some of this angel here done, so I had, which is fine. So really the only new that I added was here. I worked on it once in December so far. So we will see where it gets to next year. This was a 12 by 12 New Year's Eve start last year. Stay there. And then this here is Peacock's Beautiful Bird, sorry. It's a Dimensions Gold Petite collection. So here is the picture. Doing it called for everything. This was a new start this year. And I have some more frogging to do. I think I gotta take this top part out. But here is the bird tail. And then up next in this box here, this is the Frosted Pumpkin Arctic Animal Sal. I have not kept up with this. They are on release 8. I think I maybe 2, 3 releases, which is fine. That's not. I didn't do it to stay on top of it with it. I wanted to do it just to do it. Just looking in here for the floss, the fabric. It's Nocturne by Picture This Plus in a 28 count. I'm going to get over 2. So here's the whole thing. I think the reason why I stopped working on it is I messed up in something up here, or the walrus, something I'd messed up in. Excuse me, so I stopped working on it, and I will figure it out when I pull it out next time. So that just stays in the bag, in box. It's just easier that way. And up next, this one is my Jane's Joy Holiday Joy by Carolyn Manning Designs. Let me see if I can find a cover. And this is just not a great cover photo because my printer was running low on ink. But that's what it is when it is done. And this is on a 28 count. Dyed linen by Magic Hour Cross Stitch. They're up in Canada, I believe. And this is where it is now. I only pulled it out once in December. I'm not sure if I pulled it out any other time this year. I worked over in this section here in December when I pulled it out. I do like when I pull it out because you can get, it's like a little finish. Each square is a little mini finish. So this Alright, just making myself a little pile over here. Next up is a Snowflake Quaker Style by RETM. This was in a Black Needle Society box. And I am doing it with the DMC Diamond. And I'm doing it on Denim Blue by Witchelt. 28 count over 2. And I gotta fold it because it's kind of see-through, so you'll definitely see through it. This is where it is currently. I know I pulled it out in December this month, with my Advent spins, but I'm not sure if I worked on it any other time this year. So there's where that goes. It's slow going with the diamond. Little strands, short strands at a time, which is fine. You just only get a little bit done each time. And then, whoops. Up next is QS Holiday, A Stitch in Time. This is Amy Stewart, Heaven and Earth Signs. And this one went from, let's see, 34,797 stitches, which was a total of 29.33%, to, just making sure that everything is there. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Okay. Get out of the way. Alright. So, like I said, 34,000. There's still a little bit over here. Close enough. It's just not cooperating with me this morning. Hang on. Let's try that again. Go this way. And we'll go this way. And hold those back there. Okay. No, just let that go. Oh, gee, this is just not working. There we go. So like I said, 34,797 was what I started the year with, and 29.33%. And we are ending the year with 37,683 stitches complete, which brought us up to a percentage of 31.76. And we are only a few diagonals away from hitting the right corner, left corner, the left bottom corner. So, here is QS Holiday. And then in this one here, this is the Doreen Jones Sal from 2023, the Christmas Sal. I am doing it on a piece of lamb's wool 28 count even weave by Witchell. And this is where we are ending the year. I did work on it in December. I finished out Santa and started to fill in this first block up here with missing stitches. So I still got a little ways to go. Finish out the border, do this block here completely, finish the tree, and finish the first block. So I still have 3 blocks to do and the border to finish. It's gonna go there. And the next one up is It's Quaker Christmas 2 by Bygone Stitches. I'll show you the picture, but it's not the best in the world. I'm doing this one with diamond, red and green. So all the songs will be in red, everything else will be in green. And this one is on a 36 count platinum Edinburgh linen. One over 2. And just fold this way. Here, just do it this way. Down. There we go. This is where we got to. It does sparkle a little bit, but it's just, I like it, so I finished out this one here this year. So this will definitely be something that should come out a little more frequently in order to get it finished. But hopefully, with the way I have things set this for 25, it should come out. But we will see. And then that one goes in there because that doesn't get. And then up next is the 3 Things Sampler by Maura Blackburn. This one I know I did not take out this year at all, which is fine. It happens. This is on a 32 count flax, 2 or 1, and it's still folded up from when I showed it last time. So I'm just going to slowly go up because I have the whole border done. And I think I was working on this section over here underneath the bird when I pulled it out the last time. So that is the 3 Things Sampler. Oh, excuse me. And then in this bag here, this is 42 strong. It's a picture of a look over a lake in Michigan. At sunset, this was done as a charity piece for 42 Strong in Michigan by Grandma Stitching Box. And oh no, this is not. Sorry, no one listens to that. This is Library of Dogs, which was a new start this year. And this is the 32 count over 1 full cross. Library of Dogs, Amy Stewart, I believe. And this is 3,119 stitches for a percentage of 0.73%. So this one's on the diagonal, but I'm working a lot, the 10 line stitches, and then going down each line, working them one by one stitch at a time. So it does go a little bit slower, but I figured that would be the best way on the 32 count, so I don't get lost or miss the holes. Some of these holes that you can see in the blue in the sky, that's because I don't have that color. And as soon as I do, those will get filled in. So Library of Dogs was a new start this year. And this is, oh, there's 2 of them in here. Yes, there's 2 in this bag. So first up is a Hedgehog House. This was a New Year, New Start in 23. Lindy Stitches. It's not a very big piece, so this one could potentially get finished. This is on Forbidden Fiber Co. Glacier. And this is where it got to on New Year's Eve. It was just that little bit. And that's as big as it's going to be. It's going to be tiny. This is over 1 on 28. Yeah. over 1 on 28. So that is as big as it's going to be. So we will have plenty of fabric left over when it is done. For something else little. And then the other piece that's in here is Hello Pumpkin from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And I have the whole series, Hello Pumpkin, Hello, the whole thing. This is Shark Fin 28 count by Fortnite Fabrics, 1 over 1 full cross. And it's gonna be Widow. Widow. That's where we got to. This, I know I pulled this out this year because this was a New Year, New Start, so I know this one came out this year. In 24. Hello, Pumpkin. That's gonna go in that pile. Turn that off. And then up next is another start that I started in this month, in December. This is Old Fashioned, Shannon Christine Designs, and I saw Jen the Caffeinated Crafter doing this, and I just fell in love with it, so I grabbed it. This is on 32 count black Lugana, 2 over 2 full cross, and 1 over 1 on the back stitch. So this is where we got to this month working on this one. So this is done here, and I'm starting to work on the word, this is part of the word hot, for hot cocoa. And that's as wide as it's going to be over here. That can go there. And then this one here is Woodland Christmas. Tiny Martinist, I believe. Yeah. So it's all of these, the little ones that I received from being in the club with Crazy Annie's. I'm not sure if these are available for everybody, but this was a couple years ago. 22, I think. '22 or 23. I haven't been in her doing her clubs in a while. And the odds are going to be on a piece of Tabumus Lugana from Fortnite Fabrics. And we have got 1 and 3 done and started on number 5. So there's 1 and 5. You can't see, but there is white stitches on number 5. And there's number 3. So this, like I said, this is going to be the odd pieces, the odd ornament numbers. And then this one here, so this is 2022. This is going to be what the even ones are going to be on. So similar, but still a little bit different. And up next in this bag, this is Song of Summer, I believe. Yeah. Song of Summer by Donna Gelsinger, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And if you remember, I'm working down the page, down the row of pages. So, Song of Summer. Excuse me, I did not, for some reason, write down where I started the year at. But I wrote down where we're ending the year at. 28 count, 1/1 full cross. This is where it is currently at. Pretty soon I'm going to have to lean back to show you guys. The page ends right there. So we're getting pretty close to that next page being done. And we ended the year with 39,796 stitches for a percentage of 10.63%. This is fun every time it gets pulled out. I don't remember. I think I was folding it this way. So this one's, like I said, it's fun to pull it out and see what we're working on next. Right now we're getting into the bottom, which is mostly flowers. And in this one here, this is a gift for another friend. This is Sloth by Stitching Jewels Designs. We started the year, this was a new year, new start last year. This was 168 stitches and hand-dyed 28 count fabric by me. I'll save that bag for another project. And this is where we got to this year. You can't tell, but it's a blue, but it's a light blue. This is now at 6,476 stitches for a percentage of 13.59%. So we need to get some more work on this one. So it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. And in this bag, this was my birthday start for this year. This is the gold collection. Dimensions Gold Collection, Wreath of All Seasons. And using the called for kit and called for amount of threads, 18 count. And let me move the threads. This is where I got to. There you go. So there is the Wreath of All Seasons. I believe that's on my list. Let me just look really quick. I want to make sure it's on my list before I put it away. In the spot where I'm going to put it. Yes, Wreath of All Seasons. Okay. Because I'm making a list of all of my projects for you, so you will have all that. So this one here, this is Kaleidoscope, which is found in this book here by Lori Holt. And that's what the cross-stitch versions look like. I'm doing it in the blue. Let me see which colorway. The ocean colorway. So that's the colorway that I'm doing it in. received this in a giveaway. So I'm doing all the kit supplies. It came as a whole kit. 14 count fabric flare Ada, and this is where it is. Got to this year. I think I have 2 pages left on it. This I would like to get done as well, and is another gift. And up next, this is the Peppermint Purple 2023 Blackwork Sal. This is the layout that I chose, and it's on a piece of Fortnite Fabrics Great Basin, and this is the flosses that I'm using, minus the white. That's not one. But we've got a blue, we've got all those colors. That's what I'm using. And this is where it is this year. Almost done the first, almost done the first quarter of the design. So I work a little bit up here and move my threads, and then I work some of the squares, so forth and so on. And another piece, another kit, is the Winter Chores by Elsa Williams. And I want to just double check my list here real quick. 1 minute, please. Yeah, okay. It's on my list. And 14 count, I believe. Just doing the kit supplies. This is where we are this year. Getting to get some more of the horse in. Filled in the sky. And I think there's a little bit more on the ground over here to do. And then up next is a piece, not remembering where I got this one from, what shop, but it's a camping scene in the shape of a moon. There isn't much left on this piece at all. I think I took it out of Pattern Keeper for some reason when I did it. So yeah, there's not much left on the moon on this piece. This one can be done as well, if I would just pull it out and work on it. And up next, this is Bouquet of Irises. This was a piece, this company that does these pieces contacted me and asked me if I would like to do one of their charts. And this is the one I chose. And using the called for flosses and the fabric, as it is a kit. And this is where we got to. I'm just picking my symbol along the row on this first page and working that strand in, and then I go to the next symbol. And this one is Hope and Strength by Glendon Place. This calls for beads and such. I'm just doing it all full cross stitch. This was when the pandemic hit, but I started this in, so it was either New Year, New Start 21 or 22. I'm not exactly sure when I started it. It's just a 32 count Belfast linen. Move my needle up here so I don't lose it. And that's as far as we've gotten to. There we go. That's as far as I've gotten. And then we have the Owl Forest Embroidery Treasure Island. This was a mystery sale in 22, I think. So this is the layout for it. I put it aside. I think I got frustrated with making a mistake on it. This is 45 count Nightingale. And I would like to get it back out, work on it some more. This is where we've gotten to on that. This has been long done since then. And this is the Brucella kit that I don't think I'm going to finish the way it is, because it's a stamped kit, and I'm just going to change it to counted, but this is where I ended it. I'll just rechart it someday. So this is a kind of UFO. And then next up in the bag is How Does Your Garden Grow by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This was a mystery sale, 21, 22-ish time frame. And this is where we've gotten to. So I got the pond down below, and I got the big gnome up here to finish. And this was 28 count, I believe. Oh, I just zipped floss in the zipper here. Hang on. Pull that out now before it gets... There we go. Get in the bag properly. Okay. And then this one here is the Realist Cross Stitch. I just call this the Christmas kit. There's some mostly backstitch and some cross stitch. Just everything you need to complete it the way this is on the model. I'm using the kit Ada. And this is where we got to. This year I finished up this section here and came down and started working in here. And I did this border here. The house was already done. I started the stars, I think, and started working some on that second block. There. And then this one is from the camp BNS this year. 2 different projects in here, so I have all these snails. This one was the one that was this year's snail. And then I bought these 3 snails to go with him. And then there's this project here, which I have not started yet. Was the project we got. And... Ow. Oh yeah, the needle minder is attached too. And this is the floss for that, our first kit. The Soul Celebrate pattern. This is a 32 count linen atypical. I did this guy in the center-ish, and I did it over 2. I believe I did it 1/2. Mystic Fabrics, I believe. Yeah, Mystic Fabrics. And my plan is to take those other snails and just kind of randomly place the snails on this piece of fabric. So they look like they're just crawling all over the fabric. And if there are any other snails for the camp, I'll put them on that as well. I don't think that's one on my list. And up next here, this is the Hummingbird Garden from Just Cross Stitch. Is the 4-part series. I bought the kit. So you get the Kreinik and the beads and all the Sullivan's floss. And I'm doing it over 2. And I really just started. Only got a starting. Haven't done any more on it than that. I just need to go through my magazines and get all the pieces of it and put them in the bag so that I have them all. And up next also is The Glory by Bent Creek. Picked this up when we were doing our road trip. And I started it on Veterans Day. 2 over 2 full cross. And this is where it is now. I just still need to take the time to chart out the letter alphabet and where I'm gonna put the 2 names, my husband and my dad, where their names are gonna go. And in this one here, this is Snowman Stocking. And Snowman Stocking started out the year at 38,692 stitches, with a percentage being 60.82%. And this is where we are at. And it is 45,816 stitches with a percentage of 72.1%, 0.01%. So now the way I'm working it is I'm just working down the columns going this way, across to the toe. So someday he'll have his stocking. And in here, this is Frogwarts Year 5. This was a new start for this year. This is on 32 count, and I didn't cut it or anything because I want to put them all on one. So I just counted down to where I needed to be for year 5. Oh goodness, it's just a big piece. So year 1 will be here, year 2, year 3, year 4, and I have all the years. And would like to participate again for year 6. So here is where we got to for year 5. We're just going to leave this out. I might put that in that bigger bag there. And this one is Pandemic by Long Dog. So Frogwarts Year 5, that is 5,311 stitches for a percentage of 44.53. And Pandemic is on a 30 count barley corn with Mississauga silk and hydrangea. This is where it is for the year. We started at 49,996 stitches, which was a percentage of 64.71, and we're ending the year at 53,293 stitches for a percentage of 68.97%. I'm just working down the row of pages. So I just got a little bit left to finish here, and then I can come up and do here and then here. And in here, this one, yes, this is the 42 strong piece. Grandma's Stitching Box, which was the piece for the fundraiser for in Michigan. This was a new start this year, and this is 28 count, 1/1. And this is as wide, as tall as it's going to be. I started down at the bottom because that's where I had most of the majority of the floss. So this is 4,576 stitches with a percentage, of 10.92%. And in this bag here is the Golden Pumpkins. This was in the Just Cross Stitch October 23. And they did it on 18 count. Mine's a 14 count. And this is where we got to this year. I'm just working on this. I'll put it here. Working on it this half first, and then I'll come over here and work on this half over here. Should just put this in a project bag instead of keeping it on the roll. It'll take up less space that way. Do that now. Still trying to roll itself. That's not in my list yet. That there. And then in here, we have Hoop, There It Is, by Heartstring Samplery. And this is on a piece of Seraphim hand-dyed fabrics, 5 o'clock somewhere. This was one of the BNS boxes. It's 32 count, so I'm doing it 2 over 2. And this is where it is. Not much left. And up next is NYC Twin Towers Stitching Jewels Designs. She still has this, she just changed the name of it. And this is on Sandy Bottom by Fortnite Fabrics. And this is where we got to this year. We started the year with 14,763 stitches with a percentage of 44.22. We ended the year with 21,297 with a percentage of 63.76%. And that's 1/1 full cross. And next piece up is Sunflowers, Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Marianne Broom. A 28 count, 1/1 full cross. This is where we got to this year. This year we started with 35,155 stitches, which was a percentage of 27.72. And we ended the year with 50,450 for a ending percentage of 39.79%. Excuse me. And up next is we've got Modern Folk Embroidery the River. This was a B&S box pattern, and I am using the floss that also came in the box, the River Forbidden Fiber Co. I want to say. Yep, the River of Life, Forbidden Fiber Co. And this is on a piece of 56 count. Is there a color name? Let me see. It's Weigart Linen and Cream. So it's 1/1 full cross. And that's as wide as it is. There is 2 more banners, 2 more little panels underneath that big one that I'm working on. And next up, getting to the end of the pile. Next up is Cinderella's Castle. I'm using the called for floss and kit, as it is a kit fabric and kit floss. And here's where we are now. Work on it a little bit this year. And this one is still a whip because I'm still working on the little ornaments. This was Stitching Book Club, A Christmas Carol. And this is on Fog 28 count, 2/2 full cross. And this was the main piece. There's that main piece there. There's one ornament there that I have finished. And then I started working on another ornament here. I'm not sure which way this one goes. I think there's 3 ornaments total. So just gotta get those other 2 ornaments done, and then we can call this one a finish. You didn't have to do the ornaments, but I just liked them, so why not? And then in this little bag here, this is Stitch-O-Ween by Creatively Crafting. Started this year. Not Fortnite. Millennial Fabrics, Fabric of the Month for this year. So it's not available just yet. And this is where we've got to so far. 40 count, 1/2, full cross. If I can get this back in this little baggie. go. And then we are on to the last two projects. We have Primrose Cottage 4th of July rules. This was a new start this year. 4th of July. I am doing this on, I believe it's the called for fabric, but I'm doing it over 2. Light taupe, I think. I know I'm doing it over 1. So it's really, really tiny. This is the first one and almost the second one fully completed. So that's as wide as it's going to be. So it's not going to be very big. Stick this back in the envelope. I need to get a bag for that. Project bag for that one. And then the last one that I have here today is... Oh, no. The last two, sorry. Both by the Black Needle Society. Not sure if you can get this one anymore. This is called Society Stitcher. I do not have a picture. It was just a chart. And it is on a piece of Fiber on a Whim 32 count cypress. And I'm working just all this blue color in first. It's a cup with steam coming out of it. Really? You're gonna do this to me now? Come on. I think I was showing you the back. Hang on one second. There we go. Society Stitcher with the cup and the steam coming out. And then also in this bag is the Schoolhouse Rocks Sal from 2023. And I dyed the piece of 18 count Ada myself. And I'm just working in this color red. So this is where we got to the sheer. There is white stitches in there. The white says knowledge is power with the rain, the cloud. You'll be able to see them a little bit better once we get all the colors in. But there is that. This was a new start for the new year, New Year's Eve last year. And with that, I believe that is all of the whips that I show you. I do have 2 that are secret projects that I don't show. And there is going to be... Oh, nope. I got one more. It was hiding. This is the big boy. Let me take it out of the frame so you guys can see the full effect of it. And I'll just put it back in the frame later on. Actually, I'll just take it this way. This is Game of Thrones. 28 count 1/1 full cross. This is where we got to this year. Can't even show the whole thing in the picture. There we go. Almost to the edge of that row. Let me see. Game of Thrones, we started at 260,106 stitches, which was a 57.32%, and we ended with 298,013 stitches, with a percentage of 65.68%. So here is the whole piece this year. I know you guys don't get to see it much in it, the whole piece, but we're getting there. that is the last piece. I promise, that is the last piece. There will be one new start today. That will be my last piece for this year. Excuse me. And then there will be, a new start tomorrow. Which will be the Heaven and Earth Designs 2025 Stitch Along. And that one I'm doing is The Lion. Nature's King, I believe is the title. And then I just purchased another Stitch Along, full coverage Stitch Along, BDLXXX Stitch. They have 2 Santa patterns, Santa and Mrs. Claus. One is called Shush, and one is Eskimo Kisses. I chose the Eskimo Kisses, which is, the picture is here. They're just, you just stitch it when you can, what you can. There is no time frame for this one, which is nice. I like the time frame for the Heaven and Earth one as well, but it's nice to have one that's not a time frame or an amount of stitches done by the end of the year. With that, I want to say have a great day. Hope everybody has or had a great new year. This probably won't be out till after New Year anyway. So hope you had a great new year, and we'll see everybody next time. Bye, everyone.